October 4th, 1957. A beeping radio signal, bouncing off a 23-inch metal sphere, crosses the sky above the United States. And nobody in Washington put it there. The Soviet Union had just launched Sputnik. The space race had begun. A month later, the Soviets sent a dog named Laika into orbit, the first living creature to leave the atmosphere. The US scrambled to catch up, launching Explorer 1 in 1958 and creating a brand new agency to run the effort, NASA. But the Soviets kept striking first. On April 12, 1961, Yuri Gagarin became the first human in space, orbiting Earth once in under 2 hours. America had a satellite. The USSR had a man in orbit. Weeks after Gagarin's flight, President Kennedy made an impossible promise: land a man on the moon before the decade was out. It took 8 years, 3 fatal setbacks, and the largest peacetime engineering effort in American history. On July 20th, 1969, Apollo 11's lunar module touched down in the Sea of Tranquility, and Neil Armstrong became the first person to walk on another world. The Soviets never landed a crewed mission on the moon. For this one race, the finish line belonged to the United States. With the moon won, both superpowers changed the game. The Soviets pivoted to space stations, Salyut, then Mir, perfecting the art of living in orbit for months at a time. The Americans built something reusable, the Space Shuttle, first launched in 1981, designed to fly to orbit and back like an airplane. Neither approach was cheap, neither was fast, and through the 1970s and 80s, it was the USSR that kept launching, year after year, by a wide margin. In December 1991, the Soviet Union dissolved, and with it, the space program that had led launches for 3 decades. Russia inherited the hardware, the cosmonauts, and a fraction of the budget. Launches collapsed. Meanwhile, a new nation entered the race: China. Its first satellite had flown back in 1970, but only now did it begin building towards something bigger. While in orbit, the United States, Russia, and a dozen partner nations started assembling the International Space Station, piece by piece, starting in 1998. In 2003, Yang Liwei became China's first astronaut, launched aboard Shenzhou 5, making China only the 3rd nation ever to put a human in space on its own rockets. Over the next decade, China's launch pace crept upward. 5 a year, then 15, then 20, building toward its own space station and its own rules. The 2-way Cold War race had quietly become a 3-way one. Reek generaline kaimankastic nas rareba pass station to a clip me, as history is a snow savut. My peepers remid loan types. Planked ray lauf. I spec 3 of Pashu's in decantlating whales and strength stay, and a figure date only very revelation that on the boon sewer. On December 21st, 2015, a private American company did something no one had ever done. It landed an orbital rocket booster back on solid ground, intact, ready to fly again. SpaceX's Falcon 9 turned rocketry's most expensive part, the part that used to burn up or sink into the ocean, into hardware you could refuel and reuse. Costs fell. Launch cadence, which had stayed roughly flat for decades, started to climb. Starting in 2019, SpaceX began launching not one satellite at a time, but dozens per rocket, building Starlink, a constellation now numbering more than 10,000 satellites, delivering internet from orbit to almost anywhere on Earth. By 2025, the United States was launching more in a single year than the Soviet Union ever did at its Cold War peak. China kept accelerating too, chasing its own mega constellations. In June 2026, SpaceX itself went public, the largest IPO in history, valuing the company at over $1.5 trillion within its first day of trading. Three nations, three very different paths, one shared sky, and the race is still running. Watch nearly 70 years of launches stack up year by year, nation by nation. New deep dive documentary every few weeks. Subscribe to Rankkix.